Joining us from Mozambique's capital, Maputo, Cleide Tatyana Almeida, who works with US NGO Technoserve. Thank you for being with us. We also want to thank from Saint-Denis, capital of the French island of Reunion, Erica Sam-Vah for joining us. He's operations manager for the French Red Cross's Indian Ocean Regional Intervention Platform. I'll begin with you, Cleide. You're a native of the port city of Beira, where we're getting reports that, well, all of the houses there have been damaged in some way or another. Have you news of your family?
So these are trying times. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to hear from most of my family that still live in Beira since Thursday evening. And I really can't say at this point if people are alive or dead, whether they're safe or not. All the knowledge and information we have about the level of infrastructure damage comes from social media and images. I can't directly speak to anyone from my family. Of the 3 mobile networks that we have, only one is partially functional, but unfortunately it's the last one to come into the game. So few people have lines on this mobile network, and it's through them that information is sort of circulating on social media about the state of things. But I can't say for sure at this moment how the better part of my family is doing.
No news of your family. We wish you the best on that score. Cleide, do you have any information as to how Beira more broadly is doing?
Well, from what we've understood from social media and the few people that have managed to somehow communicate with someone is that currently there is no power. So there's no electricity, there is no running water. It's difficult to get access to food because it's impossible. Well, basically anything that was harvestable or harvested is no longer in that situation. So any perishable foods are very hard to get access to. Supermarkets were destroyed mostly, so you can also get access to non-perishable foodstuffs. From what I've heard, there are about 5 ATMs currently functional in a city of 500,000. So it's also difficult to get access to money to purchase anything, even if you had access to it. A lot of people's homes have been destroyed, so it's left a lot of people homeless. And that's more or less the state that we're in. No communication, no power, no food.
Cleide, stay with us because I want to turn to Erica Sam-Vah. We're talking about 1.7 million people in the path of Cyclone Idai. Eric, I'm reading tales that are very difficult as well for rescuers of people having to make choices of who to airlift out in some cases.
Yes. Well, first of all, Red Cross volunteers, Mozambique Red Cross volunteers have been mobilized in the field to support communities before the cyclone hit Beira last week. And since then, indeed, it has been a challenge to reach the communities. Many roads still cuts. Telecommunication is a very big issue. Logistic support in general is very complicated. And the rescuers are still trying to reach people on the roof of buildings, sometimes in the trees. And the full extent of the humanitarian disaster is not yet very clear.
People who've been living in trees for 4 days.
Yes, there's been reports, and we've seen the images of rescuers trying to get people from the trees, from the roof of the building that did not collapse. And in Beira, it is estimated that 90% of the houses, the buildings have been damaged, and a large part of the city is flooded. And also more remote villages and towns in the countryside as well haven't been reached yet.
What's the Red Cross's strategy at this point?
Well, we've been involved, as I said, before the cyclone arrived to inform people with early warning systems and to help them evacuate to emergency shelters. And after the cyclone hit on Thursday evening, First, we've deployed also international experts to support the Mozambique Red Cross, and they've been able to reach Beira on Sunday, so very difficult to go there. And after rapid preliminary assessment, we are planning to support 75,000 people in the area in emergency shelter, wash and sanitation mainly as a priority. We have preposition stocks in country that are being distributed to the affected communities already in Beira, especially the shelter kits, tools to reconstruct, to build shelters that are already being distributed. And we are providing from here additional support. We are shipping today 3,000 more shelter kits and plastic sheeting to Beira to support the operations in the field. We have more teams also, logistics teams, specialized water treatment teams that will be deployed in the coming days to support the communities affected by the disaster in the field.
Yeah, Beira, a port city, how hard is it to do anything to help those that are inland?
Well, the main challenge, as I said, is the logistics, access. Many roads, many places are still flooded. The airport is reopened, but to ship in also relief items, it is a huge challenge. There is the seaport in Beira that is reactivating operations. So we have also to have a good coordination with the authorities and other humanitarian actors to make sure that we reach the most vulnerable people in the best way possible in these very difficult conditions.
Cleide Tatyana Almeida, I want to ask you, how do you feel how the response has been from rescuers, from authorities?
I really can't speak to how effective that rescue has been, but what I have observed is that...
Cleide Tatyana Almeida, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah, I was asking, how do you feel the response has been from authorities and from rescuers?
Hello? I generally can't speak to how effective rescue has or hasn't been. What I can say, though, is that I feel in general society and a lot of the private sector and other companies have been very supportive and on a solidarity front in making sure that aid reaches the people that are most in need. So very much at an individual and a company and an organizational level, a lot of people are trying to make sure aid reaches the people that are stranded. As for rescue efforts, because I personally don't know anyone that has been rescued, I can't quite follow or say how effective the efforts have or haven't been. But that society in general is making a big effort in making sure that the people that aren't rescued are getting some sort of assistance and aid to get them through these trying times.
Erica Sam-Vah, very quickly, what can people do if they want to help?
Well, the Red Cross is launching an appeal to be able to provide assistance to 75,000 people. So there's donation, cash donation, I think is the best way, so that the team in the ground have the resources to be able to deliver actually the assistance to the affected communities in the country.
All right, that appeal launched by the Red Cross. Erica Sam-Vah, I want to thank you for joining us from Saint-Denis de la Réunion. I want to thank Cleide Tatyana Almeida, and our thoughts are with you. We wish you all the best for you and your family who are caught in the eye of that, who were caught in the eye of that storm in Mozambique.
Thank you.